I'd like to open the meeting of the Township of Hamilton for Tuesday, January 21st, 2025. Please stand for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided pursuant to the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law by posting a notice of this meeting on the bulletin board in the municipal building and by transmitting notice of this meeting to the Press of Atlantic City, the Star Ledger, and the Atlantic County Record on January the 8th, 2025. Mr. Cheek?
Here.
Mr. Laws?
Here.
Mr. Vitale? Dr. Witherspoon?
Here.
Mayor Schenker?
Here. We have a moment of silence for private reflection, please. Thank you. We have no guest presentations, additions, deletions, late agenda items to be considered for action tonight. We have some additions and deletions, but the additions are 7J, resolutions approving raffle license for Hamilton PTA to be held on 3/1/25, 4 to 10 p.m. at 1876 Dennis Foreman Drive. On-premise 50/50, Tricky Tray, on-premise merchandise draw for $400 Visa gift card, on-premise merchandise draw for $200 Visa gift card. Also adding 9B, bill list total $3,197,868.74. The deletion is 12C, Teamsters contract personnel, which I believe, Rita, was in executive session.
In executive session, we won't need.
Is there a reason why we are deleting Teamsters?
It got settled.
Oh, got settled. Okay.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second. We have a motion, we have a second. Any questions, concerns? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. 2, early public comment on agenda items excluding items listed for public hearing. We have no one signed up. Thank you. Number 3, discussions, formal action may be taken. Resolution conditionally approving the application submitted by Columbia Care New Jersey, LLC, also known as the Cannabist, for a Class 5 retail local cannabis license, Block 1134, Lot 14, at 4476 Black Horse Pike, Unit Number 2.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to recuse myself.
Okay, thank you. So this is the last step, right? They are going to open, and this is it. This is for recreational? They're already okay with the medicals, just so everybody. Okay, very good.
They're already open for medical?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
They had that, I believe they had that all set up from their last location, and now they had to go ahead and do this. So this is the last step.
but just to understand that, just quickly, so the state license is approved already, or that happens after we vote?
They happen simultaneously.
Oh, okay.
I can have questions about it, Robert or Emily.
I can provide some clarification on it. Our Robert Goodman, Director of Community Development, their application is consistent with our ordinance. They don't actually have to have the approval, they just have to show that they've applied at the state level. In this particular case, they're doing what's known, and it's fairly odd because it's so new across the state, they're doing what's known as a conversion. They're taking their original license that was approved, and they have to have an administrative hearing, and it's scheduled for February 3rd.
Okay. All right, very good. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. What's your pleasure?
I'll make the motion.
And second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Are there any questions or concerns?
Not a concern, but I think for the record, they have put in what they're going to be doing for the community, and if Brett just could name a couple of things that they're going to be doing, with the community.
donating to food banks, local food banks, the VFW. What I've been asking, after they get the last one that got their license, and when they do their RFP action, I reach out to them and ask them to adopt a road in the township. And so far that's been successful. So I'll ask them, give them a call and ask them to donate a road that's in the vicinity of their business.
Yeah, that's good. The sign looks nice. They got a new sign up. They need to update the other signs, not their brand new sign. But that's it.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Do you need a roll call for this?
Yes, Mayor.
Okay. Roll call, please, Rita.
Mr. Laws?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Schenker?
Abstain.
2 yes, 1 abstention. Motion carries.
Thank you. Can we get young Richard to
Oh,
come
yeah,
back?
forgot about him.
First time I did it. Welcome back, Rich.
Thank you.
We're going to move on to B, MUA Board salaries. There's been a request by the Hamilton Township Utilities Authority Board to increase the limits for salaries, which is controlled by an ordinance. They currently stand at nothing less than $1,000 per year, nothing more than $2,500 per year. These guidelines have been set in, I believe, I thought it was 1962, but I see here it was redone in '83.
It's been a substantial.
Yeah, it's been a long time, and there's been a request by the chairperson that we increase the. Now, again, remember, we only give them a window; they choose what they want to do. All right.
Mm-hmm.
They want to allow it to go up to 5,000
That's good.
for a year.
That's reasonable.
Oh, I think so too. I have no problem. It's been a long time. Their numbers don't increase with inflation. Their numbers don't increase with the COA.
You're right.
So it's been like this for a long time, and they do a good job of running the MUA. And I don't think it's really that much money. So I'll entertain a motion if one is in order.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Are there any questions, concerns? Hearing none. Rita, let's do a roll call vote for this too, please.
Okay, I just want to clarify, what you're doing is you're authorizing the solicitor to prepare an ordinance?
Yes.
And for further clarification, Mayor, it's to raise it to 5,000. Are we raising the floor from 1,000, or are we keeping the floor at 1,000?
They didn't really talk about that, but it could just stay where it's
Is
at.
that the scale? However you want.
Yeah,
So it's
they can
1,000
do
to
whatever they
5,000,
want
we
with
keep
it. Is everybody all right with that?
Is that a per person?
Yeah.
When you said the floor, what do you mean? Because I thought 5,000 would be for the whole year.
So the salary that's set, you set the range. So it's between 1,000 and 2,500 per year now. So the floor, the minimum it can be is 1,000. So if we're keeping that the same, then we're keeping the floor at 1,000, and the ceiling would go up to 5,000.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Mr.
Okay.
Cheek?
Yes.
Mr. Laws?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Schaffner?
Yes.
Carries.
Okay, very good. Public hearings, there are none. Introduction of ordinances, public hearing to be held February 3rd, 2025. A, ordinance 2094-2025, an ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits to establish a cap bank in accordance with New Jersey SA 40A 4-45.14, which the cap bank is something that we do every year, that we establish until the budget is put into place.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to introduce this ordinance. Rita, can we have a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mr. Laws?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Shanker?
Yes.
All yes and introduced.
B, ordinance 2095-2025, an ordinance authorizing the sale of Lot 8, Block 366, which is 1377 Albany Avenue, as shown on the tax map of the Township of Hamilton, and granting the owner or owners of said real property contiguous to the same right of prior first refusal to purchase such land in the Township of Hamilton, County of Atlantic, in the state of New Jersey.
So moved.
We have a motion.
Second.
We have a second to introduce. Rita?
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mr. Laws?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Shanker?
Yes.
All yes and introduced.
C, ordinance 2096-2025, an ordinance of the Township of Hamilton, County of Atlantic, and State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 167, Article 2, Developer Fees, section titled Administrative Fees and Escrow Deposits, and subsection A. So this was before us before, and we had made some adjustments to it.
That's correct, Mayor, and all those adjustments are reflected in the proposed ordinance.
Okay, very good. I think there was two fees that we left the same as they were before.
Right.
Correct, the last two fees. That's correct, there were two. Yes, that's correct. The historic, the escrow fees, 1,000 and 200 at the very bottom of the chart.
Okay, thank you. Committee,
So moved.
do introduction.
So moved.
We have a motion, we have a second. Did you get a second, Rita?
I have Richard Cheek introducing and Thelma Witherspoon
Okay,
seconding.
we're good.
All right.
Any questions? Rita, can we do a roll call for this too, please?
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mr. Laws?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Shanker?
Yes,
All yes and introduced.
thank you. Number 6, award of bids, contracts, and change orders. A, resolution authorizing the annual maintenance contract in Pro Phoenix Corporation with software maintenance and support for the police department for the period of 1/1/25 to 12/31/25, amount not to exceed $67,017.19.
So moved.
We have a motion?
Second.
Second. Just so everybody knows, this is the software we use for police and fire, and it has to be upgraded every year. Rita, can we do a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mr. Laws?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Shanker?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
B, resolution to increase the not-to-exceed amount for bid 2023-11, snow plowing to Warner's Construction for additional amount of $50,000 for the period of 10/1/24 to 4/30/2025.
So moved.
We have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
Second, are any questions or concern?
Mm.
Okay. Rita?
If I could note, this is on for this is a as-needed basis.
Yes.
Okay.
But since we had our first snowfall,
Yeah, yeah.
which we haven't had in a few years, so we're taking precautions that the money's there too.
Not a problem.
Not that we're getting any more snow, because we're not. But anyway.
Okay.
Well, how do you know?
Better talk to Greg about that.
Yeah.
He's the
rain
weather,
dance
he's the
man.
weather man.
Rita, can we get a roll call vote, please?
Mr.
Thank you.
Cheek?
Yes.
Mr. Laws?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Shanker? All
Yes,
yes and carried.
thank you. Consent agenda.
On motion A through I.
We added J. Rich, if you
Oh,
want.
I'm sorry, J too as well.
Everyone good?
Yeah, I have some questions. I was just waiting for you to call.
Okay, do we
I
have
only
a
got
second?
two.
I'll second.
Okay. Questions?
Yes, just two. I know we had just done a ordinance on canvassing through the community and things like, is this the process for a person to canvass? That's one I wanted to make sure that, and I didn't see the time, but I'm sure they're going to be doing it in the right time, but it's just we just done an ordinance that, people shouldn't get annoyed with people knocking on their doors. So, where does this fit?
Yes, this is the application process under that ordinance, and the times are established within the ordinance that's allowed.
Okay, that's one. And then I just have one other question, which is 7C. We're applying for a grant for the 3 highway digital signboards. Where would they be placed? Because I know the resolution after that is for the speed ones. So where would these signs be placed?
Countywide, so this was something that we got a call from the shared services coordinators for Atlanta County, and on the resolution, you can see all the municipalities that opted into the program. Basically, we'll be able to use the sign as needed if it's available, if we get the LEAP grant for the money.
For 57,000, I think we should, because they had said on here that the township, as a needed basis, is at no cost, but we are paying 57,000 because we've done a shared, or we're not?
For 57.
Oh, they were applying for the grant. Okay, got it. And then if we need it, we can just say that we're going to
And same thing on 7D.
7D. Okay, I got it. That's it. That's all the questions I had.
So, in reality, if the more towns they have sign on, the better chance they have to get the grant. Is that what this is?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
We have a motion. We have a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Okay, we have personnel. We have a resolution appointing members to the Mount Laurel Subcommittee for the year of 2025, which the Mount Laurel Subcommittee is a committee for affordable housing. Let me read off who will be part of this committee, and then we can move the resolution if we see fit. Township Committee Member Thelma Witherspoon, Township Committee Member Rich Cheek, Township Planning Board Chairperson Harry Balicki, Township Solicitor Kenneth Warren, Director of Community Service and Development Robert Goodman, Municipal Housing Liaison William Johnson, Affordable Housing Council Eric Nolan, and Affordable Housing Planner Vince Palestina. So that will be the committee to handle our affordable housing needs, I would say, right?
And how often do they meet when the subcommittee? When
I
they
don't know.
Who calls the meeting?
So the housing liaison will call the meeting. You'll meet as needed. Usually gives you about a week or two in advance.
Week. Yes. Okay. All right.
What's your pleasure?
So moved. I'll move it.
All right. Second.
We got a motion and second. Are there any questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. B is the mayor's appointments to the redevelopment review subcommittee for the year of 2025. Township, the committee will consist of the township administrator, committee development director, chief of police, or their designee, zoning board chairman or their designee, planning board chairman or their designee, planning board planner, redevelopment attorney, tax assessor, and myself and Carl Patali will be the committee people. Planning board engineer and the township engineer will be invited on an as-need basis depending on what's in front of us. Okay? That's just an appointment, so there's no reason for a vote. We'll move on to 9, which is the approvals of the minutes of the reorganization and regular meeting minutes of January 6, 2025.
So moved.
We have a motion.
Second.
We have a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. B, bills. Bill list totaling $3,197,868.74.
So moved.
We have a motion. Who wants to take the second? You guys are
second.
tie. You're going to make the choice?
Dr. Witherspoon spend the money.
Well, it's not my money. I wish I did have that.
Okay. Any questions, concerns? None? Rita, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mr. Laws?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Schenker?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Thank you. 10, reports. Mr. Administrator, you have anything for us?
Nothing.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Solicitor?
Nothing for this time, thank you.
Perfect. Mr. Engineer, welcome back.
Thank you, sir. Nothing formal, Mayor, just I met with Mr. Knoll and Mr. Watkins last week for a transition meeting. Met with a lot of staff to get reacclimated with the procedures, make sure I'm doing everything the way staff has done, particularly the street opening permits. I have a meeting with Mr. Knoll on Thursday to discuss an expansion of Leafy Track, and we're going to submit proposals for your municipal aid, resurfacing Babcock Road, and also for the Dennis Forty Drive sidewalk project.
Okay.
Finally,
Whereabouts in Babcock Road are we looking to resurface?
the grant was for the section from Summers Point Mays Landing Road to the Hess School. I think the cost estimate was about $434,000. I think we received $206,000. So we'll probably get somewhere midway between Summers Point Mays Landing Road and the school.
Okay, so somebody had approached me a while back about the, I believe it's the entrance lane, which doesn't exist to the school.
Right.
The, oh my goodness, the other school on the other side of the road. Special Services School.
Okay.
Okay, and where they were looking for a offshoot so that they could let everybody go, you know what I mean? The school to Hess School could continue going,
Right.
and they could wait to make that turn. I don't know, if there's enough roadway to do that, but it's something I'd like to look into if it's possible,
Okay.
if it doesn't add to the,
Yeah, I mean, it probably would, but if you give me some specifics on where you'd like me to take a look at it.
yeah. I mean, if it can just be as simple as where we put the lines in the road, it might not be that bad. Okay? All right, thank you.
Question, for us, it may be more important to do the area that Mayor Schenker's talking about. Is it possible to shift that to start at the school and work its way back towards, or does it have to be from Summers Point, Mays Landing Road?
No, typically we would start just because that's the intersecting street, and
Right.
we want to start a fresh project there.
Mhm.
But no, I mean, as long as it's within the confines of the area. that
So it
we-
wouldn't cost us any more money if we did it coming from the school, maybe including that space that he's talking about, because I know exactly what he means.
It should be
Yeah.
included, correct? It should be in that area.
It should be in there.
It's the plan was to the driveway, the first driveway at Hess from
Yeah.
Summers Point Mays.
Yeah,
But if
so
it's
it's within that,
If we can fix it with striping, we can add that in.
yes.
Striping, a separate striping.
I think we did it at the industrial park, right? So that's what we did there. I think what
Did it
they're
at
looking for
Atlantic
is the same
Avenue.
thing for special services, to kind of clear some of that,
Mhm.
because as soon as somebody wants to make a turn to special services school, it just jacks everything backwards, and then it becomes a problem back on Summers Point Mays Landing Road. It gets quite busy in there with school time.
I'll take a look at it.
Well, is it possible that this doesn't have nothing to do with the street, but there needs to be a sign that's bigger for Atlantic County Special Services, because with everything going to Hess, what we're doing, we widen the street, you don't really know to turn in there because the sign
Yeah,
is
there's no
so,
sign that's there. It sits back.
it sits back.
Mhm.
So is there any way we could get a bigger sign
For the special services?
for Atlantic County
That might be
Special?
the county's
We can talk to
responsibility.
Jerry and see if, yeah, it is their responsibility, but if we let them know this is what they're doing, they might want to do something like
Good.
that.
Right, that's the reason why I brought that up.
We could definitely install the sign within the right of way if they want to get the sign and tell us where they want to put it.
Okay. Right.
So if we end up doing this, we need to let them know that we're doing this, because some people had asked me about it, and I just, along with other million things. Anything else? All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Township committee members? Doctor?
Yes, I attended the Atlantic County League of Municipalities meeting. It was in Smithville at Ethel's and Freddy's. Food was very good. At that meeting, they were supposed to have a guest speaker, but he was unable to come. But there was one interesting point that I wanted to point out. There are a lot of people that are on the voter rolls. There's about 18,000 that really don't vote. Some of them are deceased or moved or whatever. And they have a form that if your loved one has passed away, you can contact the Superintendent Board of Elections. They will mail you a letter, and inside of that letter will be instructions to have your loved one removed from the voter's file. Because I always hear people saying, my mom died in 2012 and she's still getting, a ballot, and, so if a person wants their loved one removed from the file, there's a process. I went to look on their website to see if there was a form. It was not, so I called because I wanted to make sure that I had the correct information when I came to the meeting on tonight. So that was the next meeting will be on the 17th, and it's going to be at Crab Trap in Summers Point. All right, and I got an invitation. We all got an invitation from for the grand reopening celebration of Royal Suites, and it's a celebrating their newly renovated rehab unit, and that's going to be on January the 30th. At 2025. I know that's not in Hamilton Township, it's in Galloway, but the mere fact that they're neighbors and the mere fact that we got an invitation, I thought that I would sign up. So I RSVP, and I'll represent the district if anyone else is not able to go, and then come back and give everybody a report on that. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Mr. Cheek?
Yes, very simple tonight. I thank Public Works with the last snowstorm and all the rain, snow, sleet, and hail we had. It was an excellent job. Then on an even lighter note, I went to the Eagles game on Sunday with a grandson. And after having tickets for well over 30 years, it was the best game I ever went to in all that muck. A 13-year-old kid loved every minute, so it was just great. Go Eagles. That's it.
Very good. Mr. Laws?
Go Cowboys. Anyway.
No, he did not.
Special detail.
Yeah, right. No, it's been a tough week. I lost the one man in my life that I know wanted to see me succeed more than himself. My father passed last week, and everything else kind of paled, to that. My focus has been, just on him with running back and forth to New York prior to his passing. But I can say this: when you live your life the right way, that transition becomes just that, a transition. And we know we all have to, come across that path ourselves. My thing is, just make sure you have a relationship with God, and allow yourself to be led by what's true and what's right. And if you do that in life, you'll be fine. And that transition for each of us becomes a celebration as opposed to a moment of just grief and mourning. I want to say thank you to all the people who sent letters, fruit baskets, and their responses on social media. It has definitely been uplifting to myself and to my family. So thank you all for it. He was a great man. He served in 3 branches of the service of service, the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force. All that chased the opportunity to fly jets or to fly planes. And he got his taste, and then he had some heart issues, and ultimately that ended up being his demise. But I just want to thank everybody for taking the time out to reach out to me and make sure I was okay and my family was okay. So thank you.
Excuse me, did they have the service yet?
Service is service is Wednesday the 29th, but it's in New York, so it's going to be tough for a lot of people to get up there. But yeah, it's in New York.
Perhaps if it's all right with the mayor, that the township could maybe send us some flowers or something on behalf of the township.
A letter, just would be fine.
Bobby, I'm talking.
Okay. Let's just go crazy like that.
I don't mean no harm.
He's going to, there's a
What, you rather,
military
11?
service that they're having.
Okay.
So but that's fine.
No, but if you want a letter, is that what you would like?
No, it didn't matter. I'm just saying that He's not a flowers guy.
Okay, well then, all right, well, that's a woman thing, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he's
We
just not a
think
flowers
differently.
guy. It's so weird. You know?
Okay, well, we think differently, but if a
He's just one of
letter.
those guys, you know what I mean?
All right, okay, I'm so sorry, but a letter or something.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You don't have to do anything, but, you know, whatever your heart desires. I was just saying that, you know, flowers was just,
All right, no flowers, but if a letter could go on behalf of the township,
That's
I
fine.
think that would be appropriate.
that would be appropriate, yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I greatly appreciate it.
All good?
All good.
All right, thank you.
Can we plant a tree?
Um,
Plant a tree instead, things grow in life. You have to grow as a man,
Ah.
person,
Oh.
community member. I would like to, I don't know how this works on the formal, but I'd like to introduce the motion to plant a tree in memory for
Wow.
father.
Okay, you don't want me crying up here, all right? You don't want me up here tearing up, all right? Thank you. That's an awesome gesture. Thank you so much for even suggesting it. Whew. Okay,
all right.
I got the lump in my throat now.
I don't have much to say tonight. I do want to thank Public Works, and one thing that, you know, no matter how big the storm is, whether it's a lot of snow or a little bit of snow, I want people to keep in mind as they're complaining that their road hasn't been plowed yet, that Public Works doesn't just take care of the roads, they take care of all of our buildings. So
Yeah.
when you come in and out of this building, they're safe, they're clean. We don't need anybody getting hurt coming in and out of our buildings, and that's a tremendous liability for us that we must maintain. We have 72 emergency routes in this town that must be maintained by law. So, you know, have some patience, but overall, I think they do a great job, and they've been there for us this year. After, fortunately, having a few years where we didn't have a lot of snow, and we're not done yet with this year, so we'll see what happens. But again, my hat's off to them, and I appreciate what they do. So, I'd like to open up to public comment if somebody in the public would like to speak.
Motion to close.
Yeah, well, can I just congratulate you publicly, you're on your run for the commissioner? I mean, we had to read it in the newspaper, so it was public knowledge.
I said the same thing.
So it's public knowledge. I mean, I went to the meeting the next day, I opened up the news, breaking news.
Breaking news.
Or Shanker is the GOP frontrunner. I said, oh, wow. So I just wanted to say something about that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate
definitely.
it. Appreciate it. We'll see what happens. Long road. We have a motion to close the public portion.
I'll make the motion.
Second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. We will adjourn to executive session if we have a motion to do so.
So moved.
We have a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. We are going to adjourn to executive session. Will we be coming back out?
We don't anticipate any formal action.
No formal action, so thank you very much, everyone.